For us to do it now is just simply because it's still fun. It's still fun creating with the five of us. It's still fun to like record music and write with John.
You know, it's something I definitely don't take for granted. I never thought looking back, you know, over the last 13 years, since we released our last efforts in the Pulse, like I never envisioned that we would be making music again as a group. And honestly, I didn't know if I would even be doing it. So I think the biggest theme for me in all of this is I just don't take it for granted.
Like I remember writing at his parents' house in 2002, like writing ridiculous songs. I think we even wrote our first scene song at his parents' house, and it was fun then, and it's fun now.
The new sound and direction to me is the evolution I think our band would have eventually gotten to, even if we never stopped playing music.
John and Jared had been kind of messing with some sounds and messing with some ideas for kind of just the hell of it. Some of it wasn't necessarily scenes related, some of it was, and John and I a couple winters ago had started writing some stuff, and very riff heavy. He took the lead on like some sonic direction, and you're gonna hear that it's riffier, it's heavier.
You know, we really just picked right up where we left off, and I think at that time we were still finding a direction. Coming into this year, and it's crazy to think, you know, since that time I moved to Brooklyn. Jared moved to Brooklyn for a brief stint. Tony already lived here, so it was hilarious that we were all living within a block of each other, and that was a really fun and creative time. And you know, then when the pandemic hit, Jared and I had a lot of time.
I mean, there's only so much pop punk we can write at our age, and it kind of just made sense. Like if we're gonna like tear off in a little bit of a different direction, then we might as well do it, because like even as heavy as John can play, or as like, you know, riffy as it ends up, I'm always kind of going to write a little bit more pop, and I will always kind of bring it back to our sound-ish.
It's not what I think a lot of people will expect from us, but it's also just a great representation of, I think, the things that we love. And when you listen to the songs, everybody's influences, I think, are represented in one way or another, whether it be, you know, from the guitar riffs that we, you know, maybe, you know, draw from, you know, some, you would say like 80s metal influences, or whether it even just be like some of the melodies that Tony sings, you know, which kind of brings us back to some of that classic scenes from a movie sound.
You know, like I'm not worried about like a reaction to it, because again, it's just like we wanted to do this thing, and like it's fun to put out. It's fun to put out our interpretation of what we are now, or what we would have been, or what our sound could develop into. And it's just like it's all good to me, whatever the reaction is, because again, there's just no pressure.
We've been anticipating this day for quite some time, and I think for fans of the band from the past, you know, this will hopefully re-spark some of the energy and those elements that we had previously. But I also think this will open us up to a whole avenue of new fans that enjoy maybe a little more progressive, a little heavier music.
I'm proud of it. I know the boys are proud of it, and as long as we put something out that we're proud of, like it's hard to be disappointed by anything at that point. Once you kind of make peace with your own art, like after that, everything's kind of icing on the cake.
It's just really drawing from the influences of what we listen to, and I think hopefully that shines through when people hear this. So I think it'll hopefully be well perceived, but I don't know. And regardless of how it's perceived, we had a lot of fun making it, and we're going to keep putting out more songs.
I can't wait. Like, I can't wait to put out more stuff. It's just like the more we can create, the more we can put out, the better. Like, there's really no reason not to, and I'd hate to have any of it left behind. So hope everybody enjoys it. If you don't, I kindly ask you keep it to yourself, or just talk about it in the privacy of your own home. And that's about it. Yeah. I can't wait for all the positive reviews. The negative ones can kick rocks, as far as I'm concerned. Love you guys.